Cereal. What is it? Well, okay, it's literally just sugar. Why are we so addicted to this food? I couldn't tell you. Tastes good, I guess, so whatever. Now, the type of cereal that you like automatically determines your social status. So let's say you liked basic Cheerios. The rest of society, now, just off this sheer fact that you like regular Cheerios, understands that you look like this. Now, this is going to be a very unbiased tier list, and I'm going to use facts and knowledge to transcend beyond other people's outside opinions and form the greatest cereal tier list of all time. Now, a lot of you are going to get extremely angry, and to that, I would like to say, piss off. I don't really care if you get mad. You can let me know in the comments if you think I should have put your cereal somewhere else or whatever. But I think this is pretty accurate if I'm going to be honest. And that's why I'm going to immediately put Sour Patch Kids cereal in F tier. Now, I've never had Sour Patch Kids cereal, but Sour Patch Kids with milk or grain of any kind sounds awful. Legitimately horrible. That's immediately going to go to F tier, even though I've never actually had this. We're also going to cut some of these out because we don't need to know the logic behind every single brand of Life cereal and Captain Crunch, or every different Chex Mix that I don't even know if I've had. So first, we're going to start with Apple Jacks. I mean, Apple Jacks are they're pretty good. I mean, no, but I like Apple Jacks. They're pretty nice. I haven't had Apple Jacks in forever, and I think they decreased in popularity because I used to see them everywhere all the time. I'd see Apple Jacks commercials. I don't really know what happened. Okay, Apple Jacks is definitely B tier or above, just on like sheer flavor alone. It's an OG cereal. I mean, this is just a classic. Also, I mean, look at that face. Look at that. I mean, there's no denying that this is an excellent cereal. Um, I think we're gonna put Apple Jacks in A tier. It's a really good cereal. It's a classic. I mean, and just look at that face. Who wouldn't love that? Next up, we've got Boo Berry. It's also been a while since I've had this cereal, but it was very good. I don't see it that much. I think I saw it a bit more around Halloween as I should have. It's a classic and it gets some points for that, but like as a cereal, I think I'm gonna have to give it a C tier. Next up, we got good old Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch, I mean, first of all, Captain, okay? So we gotta show our respects. Now, this cereal is so good. I love the flavor of it, and I want to just throw it in S tier because it's a classic. It's got excellent flavor. However, my mouth is currently holding me at gunpoint because of the sheer pain that this cereal causes it. If I were to put this in S tier, I just couldn't live with that. It's painful. It gets stuck in my teeth way too much. The roof of my mouth looks like the aftermath of the Normandy beach. So it's gonna have to go A tier because it's still delicious and a great cereal and a classic. Because of what it does to the roof of my mouth, it's gonna have to go in A tier. All right, now we've got Captain Crunch Berry. Now this one is like Captain Crunch, except there's less of the little sharp things. It's more of like the circular ones. And I feel like those hurt significantly less. It also tastes a little better. So I think this is a step up. I think the Crunch Berries is even better. I can't even read that. I'll put it on screen so that you guys can see it. I'll figure out what that is eventually. But I have no idea what that is. I've never had it. It looks like another remake. Maybe just Captain Crunch in Cheerio form. So I'm just going to throw that in A tier. And then we also have Oops All Berries. I like the blend of the Crunch Berries, so we're also going to throw this one in A tier. And we've got Peanut Butter Captain Crunch. Again, it's got a nice flavor, but the roof of my mouth, it hurts. Now here we go. We have classic Cheerios. Okay, these are apparently fairly good for you, right? However, not really. I mean, it's marketed as like heart healthy, good for you, but at the end of the day, it's just a cereal, which is just almost pure sugar. It's not good for you. It's not even tasty. It's not even the honey nut version. It's just a Cheerio. It's classic, but it isn't good. I'm sorry. Now, when you put honey on it, I think it goes up significantly. This could be a top tier cereal. if there's honey added to it. But we're gonna go with the cereal itself. Nothing is added except for milk. You can't put anything on top. It's just the cereal. And when we do that, I think it's gonna go in C tier. I'm sorry, it just isn't very good. Now we have the chocolate Cheerios. I've had these. I get the same vibe. There's not enough chocolate flavor. It just kind of, no, it isn't there. Like I said, not gonna spend too much time explaining. Chocolate Cheerios, not that much better. Also gonna go in C tier. Now we've got frosted Cheerios. Now these, they're like Cheerios, but better. So if Honey Nut Cheerios are a step above Cheerios, this is a step above that. I think the frosted Cheerios are excellent, and they're gonna go in A tier. Next, we have Chex Mix. Now I'm gonna group all of these together and just throw them in D tier because again, they're not very impressive. Either one, the blueberry or the normal one. They're not very impressive unless you were to put honey or something on top of that. It isn't very good. And maybe I'm just a child because I want more sugar with my cereal. But it's literally almost 100% sugar anyway. This is unbiased, but not really. I do what I want. Chex Mix Cinnamon. It's like the other two, except it actually has some flavor to it. It's got some cinnamon. It's a little sweet. I enjoy this cereal. It's good. Now, there's a thing we have to understand. I don't just want an overload of sugar with my cereal. I actually like to enjoy the cereal. But again, like I'm saying, if you're trying to eat healthy, you shouldn't really be eating cereal, right? So I don't think you can really complain about like, oh, this cereal is sugary or this cereal is too... Okay, not really. If you're going to eat something that's unhealthy and almost pure sugar anyway, it better at least taste good. And I'm also saying that to say Mini Wheats is going in F tier. All of them are going in F tier. I don't care what you say. I do not care. Wheaties, I don't know what that is. That looks like before my time. That's gonna go with Mini Wheats because it sounds like Mini Wheats. Fuck you, Mini Wheats. I hate you. You're literally just a dense ball of nasty, chewy wheat that has zero flavor. There's not enough icing on top in the icing ones. And then to take it a step below, there's one that doesn't even have any icing, and that is literally just a nasty square of wheat. It's disgusting, and it deserves F tier and hell. Anyway, next one, Chips Ahoy cereal. The flavor was okay when I had this cereal. It always had a very weird texture, and it got stuck in my teeth. I didn't ever enjoy this cereal. I didn't have it many times either, and that's probably because I didn't like it. So it's gonna go in D tier. Cinnamon something. I'll put these closer on screen. I don't think I've had this cereal, but judging off little circles of cinnamon rolls inside of a cereal, I feel like that has a lot of potential to actually be good. I don't know if it is. So I think this one we're just gonna throw it with we're gonna throw it with Chips Ahoy. I'm getting that same vibe. Chips Ahoy cookies turned into a cereal. Cinnamon rolls turned into a cereal. Probably not gonna be very good. Just gonna throw it right there. Now we have Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is an excellent cereal. I'm going to explain this, but we're just gonna go ahead and set that right here already. Actually, we're gonna set that right here already. Now these aren't ordered, but I feel like this has to be in front. This cereal is like Captain Crunch. It doesn't get stuck in your teeth as much. It doesn't really hurt the roof of your mouth either. It tastes really good. It's got a nice cinnamon sugar flavor. I think that's excellent. And said cinnamon and sugar goes into the milk. So if you're like me and you drink your milk because you like that calcium, you're going to have that nice cinnamon flavor with it. And that is so good. That's why this is the best cereal so far, and it is S tier. We've got French Toast Crunch. I've had this a couple times. I think it's just Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but thicker. So it's just like Cinnamon Toast Crunch with a worse texture. It's not very impressive. It's not really a good cereal either. All right, it's gonna go in B tier. It could never be what Cinnamon Toast Crunch is. Fruit Loops. Everybody loves Fruit Loops. They're classic. They're fruity. Like me. Just kidding. That's gonna go in A tier. These really good cereal. They taste good. Again, classic. However, they get soggy way too fast, and you have to just eat your cereal so quickly to enjoy these. I think just because of that, they're gonna go in B tier instead of A, but they are a very good cereal. I don't know if I've had a Golden Crisp, but if they're anything like Golden Grahams, then they're a really good cereal. and they're gonna go in A tier, along with my boy Golden Grams. Now we've got Gorilla Munch. I don't know what this is, but rest in peace Harambe. We'll give that a B tier. Kix, never had that either. I just see corn. Mini wheat vibes, F tier. Alright, so I've recently been informed that Kix is nothing like mini wheat. Honestly, I should have guessed that. They're not square. I don't know what about corn made me think of wheat. It just did, and my extreme hatred for mini wheats just caused me to throw that in D tier. So if I was too harsh, I apologize. I might bump that up, but I've never had it, so really there's no point. This isn't a very official list, is it? It's just kind of like, okay, this cereal's good, higher tier. This cereal looks like mini wheat, lower tier. That's all this is. A lot of you guys are gonna really disagree with me on this, but I think Crave has a really good texture. It kind of gets stuck in my teeth a little bit, but it makes up for that with its good flavor. It's got a nice chocolatey flavor. I really enjoy it. This is a high tier cereal. It's gonna go in S tier. We've got Life. Now, Life is a good cereal because I put honey on it, but again, if we're judging these off of just their base, just taste, Original Life by itself doesn't really have any flavor. It's basically just a Chex Mix, but I think it's better than Chex Mix for texture, so I'm gonna say C tier, along with Cheerios. Now we've got Cinnamon Life. Now, Cinnamon Life is like Life, except it's good. I'm gonna put this in A tier. Now we've got Reese's Puffs. A Reese's Puff is so good. It's like a Cocoa Puff, but it also has that peanut butter blend. It is excellent. So I think I'm going to bump Cocoa Puffs up to A tier. Reese's Puffs is a legendary cereal. We all know that commercial, and it has been stuck in your head more than one time. I'm certain of it. This cereal is going in S tier. Then we have S'mores cereal. That sounds pretty nasty, and it sounds like a Cookie Crisp. It gives me Cookie Crisp vibes. However, I've had a s'mores cereal. It didn't look like that. It was Golden Grams with marshmallows and Cocoa Puffs in it, and I loved it. It was so good. I think it was an A tier. So if this is anything like that cereal, I can't really tell, because one, I'm blind, also that looks really small. I've never had this specific cereal, but the s'mores cereal that I had, I loved, and I think it was an A tier cereal. Now, Special K Original, okay, it's not very good, let's be honest with ourselves. It's about as good as the base Chex Mix, so we're gonna throw that right there in D tier. A thing that I've learned is that the Strawberry Special K isn't very good. The Great Value version is called Strawberry Awake, and it tastes so much better, and it is not more expensive. I mean, it has great value in the name. Of course, it shouldn't be. I think it's even cheaper, so that's another bonus. But I mean, none of these are being judged off of price because, I mean, it's cereal. But still, I mean, that's something to take into account. Honestly, I can't read this, and it's really difficult to see it, so I'm just gonna pretend this is Strawberry Awake. Just act like this is Strawberry Awake, guys. A tier cereal. All we have left is Waffle Crisp and Trix. All right, we're gonna get to Trix, but first, I think Waffle Crisp doesn't sound very impressive. I haven't had it. We're gonna throw that in D tier. And Trix are for kids, so we're gonna put that right there. I mean, this is what I feel is right. I could probably do some correcting to it, but it looks pretty accurate. I think I could get over the way that Frosted Flakes get soggy too fast and just give this an A tier because I like this cereal a lot. I would say give the video a like if you agree, but my like ratio would probably be awful, and then YouTube recommendations would destroy me. I'm just gonna say like if you guys like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, because that seems like I would get way more like, which it's probably not your favorite, but I doubt there's people out there that genuinely just hate Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so we're gonna go with that. The channel is almost always gonna be gaming content, but I thought this would be pretty fun. Before concluding this video, I think I'm gonna make a few more edits to the list. Just gotta drag this down here. There we go.